set, ready?
You ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
Been ready. Let's get it.
Let's do it. So, this is our first episode.
Welcome to the first of many.
Welcome, Phantoms, to the Bantdom.
Yes. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited that I got to, because I was workshopping that. I'm still going to keep working with it, but I like it so far. But, yeah, good. A little nervous. How are you feeling?
I'm always ready for the first of anything, so the way I see it, once it comes, it goes, and that's it.
I feel that. But yeah, no, I'm nervous. I don't know, because I have to, have this be broadcasted out to the peoples, and I myself am not even on social media like that, so it's gonna be weird. But that's why I got my inspo right here, my inspo liquid.
And what's that?
Can't say because they're not sponsoring me yet, but if they sponsor me,
Well, what kind of liquid is it?
It's apple flavored. Yeah. Fall's coming up soon, so apple.
Just getting into the season of things, huh?
Exactly.
Fall's right around the corner.
Getting ahead of the curve. Speaking of firsts, and since we're drinking some inspo, how you think the first person ever to be intoxicated, how do you think their experience went?
Well, I think it was definitely eye-opening, life-changing.
I'm sure. It must have been scary, depending what it is. What do you think it was exactly? Like the first thing, like alcohol, marijuana?
I think for the most part, it probably was something that they had ingested. So probably when they were like the hunter-gatherers of the times, was just collecting stuff and was like, oh, what's this? And popped it right in their mouth and then just tripped the f*** out.
I think it was a shroom. Come to think of it.
It most likely was.
I'm thinking like maybe not exactly prehistoric time, because I feel like that would have been mentioned in the history books, I feel like, but maybe sometime after. It's like you said, the hunters and gatherers, after avoiding all the dinosaurs, either found like a shroom looking type of berry. It was just like, that looks tasty, and just popped it, and then just went from 0 to 100
real quick.
Really quick. Like,
because I feel like it probably would have been a berry
or both.
Hey,
It's ingested both.
never know.
Have a little concoction. Have a little what's that called? A little fruit medley.
Hey, I'm telling you,
Berry medley.
You had to experiment, and those were early experimenters, scientists of the drug world.
That's probably how we got our scientists. It's probably how we discovered language.
Just tripping balls and just saying a whole bunch of random stuff, and somebody was like, you know what? I like how these words that are coming out of his mouth.
They just saw words and were like, what are these things? What are these? Let me write it down and see if people understand it. Let me see if I can speak it.
Yes.
Here, why don't you take this berry? See if you can speak my same language.
Everything has a starting point. So, because a lot of the times in the history books, people like to paint these starting things as, what's the word I'm looking for? More so non-offending origins. But I feel like a lot of those things will offend, so they had to dress it up a little bit differently.
Of course. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just trying to think how their experience would go. It's like they had to survive too, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if they had a terrible experience, it's like no one's gonna be like, all right, let's just get rid of these things, you know what I mean? Like they have to have had survived.
Well,
it must have been a good trip, because if it was a bad trip, I feel like they'd be like, all right, steer clear of this.
Well, one of two things could have happened. Either that first person got really lucky and didn't die or OD on whatever it was he was using,
or she,
or they died and the person seeing them die was like, oh, okay, I'm using this to get rid of somebody else. So
unless the person that saw it was depressed and was like, damn, let me get some of that. And they had a good trip.
Listen, everybody's body's different, so I'm pretty sure whoever was the first, if they survived it, they had a really strong body. If they didn't. Unfortunately, the body wasn't strong enough to, you know, overcome the reactance of whatever thing that they had ingested.
How did your first intoxication experience go? What did it start with? Drinks? Plants?
Well, if I could remember correctly, I think it was drinking.
Of course.
You know, I hate to say it, but I do come from a line of alcoholics and people who just can't say no to certain things.
Just born in the blood.
It's in my veins.
It's the drinking blood. How could you say no to your own blood?
You know?
It's family.
But yeah, I think my first drink of choice was probably beer. Most likely it was beer.
I feel
and
like
it wasn't
beer,
my choice.
a beer,
I'll just say that and
yeah.
leave it at that.
I feel like beer is always a first. You don't just start with like Everclear or something like that, like just a random vodka. I feel like usually
Actually,
beer.
well, you know what? No.
Depending on the person, I feel like usually a first is a beer.
I think my first introduction to alcoholic beverages was actually rum.
Rum is a good start. Rum personally makes me feel like a pirate.
Just because in certain traditions, in certain ethnic backgrounds, you know, some people use rum for numbing of the baby teeth.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I feel like that was my introduction. And then from there it went to beer, and then from there it went back to rum. And then from there all hell broke loose.
In some cultures, tequila, vodka, kills colds, kills viruses.
Listen.
Like you're sick and throwing up, here, take a shot of this. You'll be good.
Listen, them old heads, they knew what they were doing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they dressed it up as, hey, this is going to help more than hurt, but I'm going to use this to help myself get through whatever I'm going through.
It probably didn't even help at all, but it's just like, this is just for the pain.
That's all it is. Everybody needs a reason to do things, and if you can dress it up and make it look like there's more positives, then it will continue on. People won't bat an eye towards it, so.
I think my first was, I think you were there too. I think my first was I think my first was a beer. But I don't think I'm going to count that as a first because it was like a sip. I think my like first was like a beer. I think it went into a vodka. I think it went into a vodka. I think it was a mixed drink.
Beer and vodka together?
No. Like beer, like sipping a beer, and then the next drink after that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Would be a mixed drink. Yeah, that is a bit much. Imagine like mixing beer and vodka.
I don't want to imagine that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's too much.
That's way too much. But good experience. Good experience. I remember you told me you had one experience where you started speaking Spanish and could understand Spanish.
Yes. Wow. I forgot about that one. Yes. It was my first time drinking Brugal.
Brugal?
Sorry if I'm saying it wrong.
Brugal.
Yes, Brugal. I was at a club, and it was like a Spanish club, and yeah, I was there with my cousin and our friends, and we were just pre-gaming, and they had left me at the table with a bottle, and they were like, hey, listen, we'll be right back. And I said, sure. And when they came back, I was already halfway through the bottle, and I had a Spanish newspaper, and I was reading it, and they were like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm seeing what's going on in DR. And they were like, you know you can't read Spanish, right? I'm like, try me. And there I was, literally word for word, reading them what I was reading in the newspaper. And whether or not it was coming out the way that it sounded in my head, I don't know, because I was way past gone at that point. But I know one person was laughing and one person was really impressed. And that was my experience.
That's good. So you turned into a translator. after a
Yes.
certain point.
Yes. It took a few shots, but I was learning. I learned on the fly that day.
I remember one experience. This wasn't me, but like I seen it, and it's tradition in some places, campus, that there's like a little event where it's like I guess like one time a year or something like that, or once every like 6 months I think. They'll have something where it's like there's breakfast at night at the cafeteria. And I don't know who came up with the tradition. I kind of just came into it. It's just like, all right, I'm hungry. We're all hungry. Let's go get something to eat. And they're like, well, there's this event going on. And we're like, all right, yeah, breakfast. Let's do it. And they're like, you don't just simply just go. What are you talking about? You don't just simply go. Sober. So just whips out bottles, gets the whole group drunk. We're headed to the cafeteria. I don't know where half the group went, but lost half of them before we even got to the cafeteria. And one of them, as we get there, and mind you, there's a cop. There's cops at these events. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, but they're there. And somewhere in the back, we're hiding. Not hiding, obviously, but like we're in the background, and we're ordering food. There's someone on the table. He's puking all over the table, and there's a cop right there. So we had to peel him off the table and look like nothing happened.
Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Like nothing happened. Luckily, the cop didn't bat an eye. Luckily. Didn't even really see what was going on. Could have been drunk himself.
Could have been. Or he was probably just used to it.
It's tradition. It's tradition. We're all drunk. The chefs are probably drunk.
I remember my first experience. I can't think of the name of when you're high and drunk at the same time.
Crossfaded.
There it is. My first experience being crossfaded. And it was my last because it was a bit much for me. But I remember I was at a house party and I knew everybody that was there.
That's good.
I knew every single body that was there.
That's good and bad.
It was good and bad, exactly, because I had half people giving me cup after cup, and then I had the other half of the people giving me blunt after blunt. And at some point, whoever I had came with separated from me and left me there. Even though the place that we was at, I knew the owners of that house, but yet I couldn't find them.
You have a habit of getting left.
Yeah, because everybody feels like, hey, he's good. But at that point, I was not good. And I went to go for a walk because I was calling other people to come to the party. And literally, I went down the street, I stopped, and I turned back around. And the house just disappeared. And I just seen the rows of trees after trees after trees. And I heard somebody calling out my name, but I couldn't see where it was coming from. Nor did I recognize the voice. So I took off running because I wasn't sure who or what was coming for me. But I knew I had somebody on the phone, so that was my lifeline. So they're asking me, where are you? What do you see? And I just told them, I just see trees. Everywhere I go, I just see trees. And I'm thinking at one point, I'm not just lost. These trees are actually following me. Because every few steps, I swear, I kept seeing the same exact tree. And I was so confused. So I just took off running again. And whoever was on the phone is just cracking up, dying, which is making it worse for me because now I'm panicking because I'm like,
who's this demon on the phone laughing at me?
Like, who is this person on the phone? And I'm still hearing my name in the distance. So, come to find out, I literally just went down the street. It felt like I was walking for hours. I was just down the street. And I guess I was just going around the same tree. Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. And that was the last time. It was the last time.
It's
And
hard.
what made it even worse, the person who was calling me seen the whole thing because he was just right there. Wasn't trying to help, nothing. Just made it worse.
Oh God.
Yeah. It was fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun.
It's hard.
It was a little scary too. 'Cause
It's hard.
I felt like I was by myself.
Being crossfaded it's definitely hard because they multiply each other, the effects.
Yeah. It was because it was weird because it was like I felt them both at the same time, but then there were moments where the high just kicked in really hard, and then there were other times where the drunkenness kicked in really hard. It was just alternating back and forth, and yeah, it was great. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good feeling.
I remember my first time getting crossfaded was during I think it was during a football season. Still on campus, and we're all watching the game, and before those events, I'm watching the game. I'm out, just getting lunch by myself, just getting a quick burger, and I'm like, yep, can't wait to head right back home. Got a beer waiting for me. I think 1 or 2 beers, and then I don't know. I just had this idea. It's just like, let me get high. I don't know where that idea came from. It just hit me. I'm like, let me try it out. And mind you, this is my first time. I don't even know why I thought that. It was just like, let me try it out.
Jeez.
And I eat my burger, which is good. It's good to eat before you start drinking. So I knew that much. I'm not a complete dumbass. And so I eat. I go get my drink. Or actually, before I get my drink, I get the bud from my source. And then now I have both contents. Now I'm drinking, now I'm eating this brownie, and watching the game. And all of a sudden, like mid-game, like mid-touchdown probably, like everyone's celebrating, like, yeah. I have like Cheez-Its, now I'm snacking. And it's like, all of a sudden, I've forgotten how to eat. I do not remember how to swallow, pause.
Jeez.
It's bad. And it's a really bad time to forget how to swallow, especially when you're eating Cheez-Its, like crackers, because it doesn't go down. It just doesn't. And so I'm choking there visibly. Like, I don't keep it hidden. I'm just, like, visibly choking. And there's someone that's just like, are you okay? I'm like, no. Like, are you choking? Like, no. Yeah, I'm choking.
Horrible.
And it's just like, you need some water? Like, yes, please. And then I grab the water. And mind you, I'm still forgetting how to swallow. So now I just have a wet cheese in my
Horrible. Now you're drowning in the cheese.
Now I'm drowning and choking at the same time, and they're patting my it's just very embarrassing. But I'm pretty sure the team that I was rooting for was winning. So there's something good out of it.
There you go. At least your team won.
Exactly. I think so. I don't remember the rest of the night. I do remember that after I got the contents out, it was basically just time for bed. Basically, that took all of my energy out of me.
Yeah, listen, after a good choke out, you just gotta go to sleep after that.
Yeah, it had me at literal chokeholds, and so it was time for bed. And I remember, my roommate's girl was just like, apparently I kept her up because I kept getting up out of bed and opening the door to go to the bathroom, and apparently I did that like 12 times, 12 to 13 times. I think I was counting at one point. In under like 2 hours. And they just repeated like, yo, are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, can you stay in one place? What do you mean? Like, I'm using the bathroom. They're like, that's like your 5th time. In under 30 minutes.
I remember one time, and I hate to be like the bad influencer of the group, but I remember I was hanging out with one of my cousins, and he just came of age, legal drinking age. So I'm like, yo, let's go out and celebrate. So I remember I took him to my boy's house, and there was a whole bunch of people there. We was just drinking, just chilling, playing games, smoking, doing all that stuff. And I was like, yo, come here, let me give you something. So I had given him, I think it was either rum, some type of rum, or one of those fruity drinks, the bottles. What is it called?
Oh, damn.
what I used to call them like the party starters. You know what I'm talking about, like the
one of those drinks that just have
Smirnoff Ice, like one of those type of
oh
drinks.
those
Party
drinks.
starters,
Wine coolers.
Wine coolers.
Okay, or party starters.
That's what I call them because that's how you get the party starter. So it was one of the wine coolers or rum. It was one of the two. I can't remember exactly, but what I do remember
Maybe you mixed
is
it.
I had pixie sticks with me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you this because I want to see if you're gonna drink it.
So you've never tried it?
I never. Oh hell no! I would.
But
No,
you thought it was a better idea.
But
to
I
have
thought it
him-
was a good idea for him to try it though. So I gave it to him. I mixed it up. I'm like, yeah, drink it. And he was like, what's this? Why is it fizzing and bubbling like this? I'm like, God, don't worry about it. That just means you're gonna have a great time. So he took it and he took a few cups of it, a few shots back to back. I'm like, that's it. And I just one by one, just keep going. Next thing I know, like 2 hours later, I don't see him anymore. He just disappeared. And
Okay.
I'm asking my friends, yo, you seen my cousin? Like, yo, I haven't seen him. I'm like, that's not good.
That's not good.
Because I'm also gone myself, so I'm like, where is this guy? So I'm walking around the house. Everybody's like, yo, come here. We got this going on over here. I'm like, hold on. I came here with somebody. I'm responsible. I need to make sure that the person I came here with is good.
At least you know, like, your friends, and they left
That's
you
fine.
purposely.
You see? My friends would leave me, but I don't
Yeah.
leave my friends.
Well, I mean, they're still gone, but
Yes. So I'm looking around, I'm going in every room, and I'm like, yo, where is this guy at? And then there's one room I don't go by, which is the bathroom, because I'm like, why would he be in the bathroom? Like, it doesn't make sense.
throwing up.
So that's what I thought, because I heard the noises. I'm like, what's going on in here? So I open the door, and this guy is just, his whole head is in the toilet. And I'm like, dude, are you all right? And I lift his head up, and it's just everywhere, all over his face, all over. I'm like, dude, what is going on? And he was like, oh, I think it was the pixie sticks. I'm like, don't blame the pixie sticks. You just didn't know when to stop. That's just what it is. And he was out of it. And I was like, you know what? Let's get out of here. Let's go home. And then I realized, crap, if he's gone and I'm gone, how are we getting home? Because we drove there. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just stay here. Let's just stay here until you're done. Because more than likely, you're already throwing up, so you're already getting it out of your system, so you'll sober up quicker than I would. So I'm like, let's just wait until you're done. Because that's, it made sense.
That's the responsible thought.
That's what I'm saying.
That's good. That's good.
So, he threw up his life, and then he got up. He was like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. I'm like, all right, stand back. I'm going to throw you the keys. If you can catch, then you're good to go. That means your reflexes, you're on point. He didn't catch it. Not even close. Not even close. So I was like, you know what? Let's just walk home. Lucky for us, we weren't too far of a walk.
That's good.
We were intoxicated. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning. So probably, it was safer for us to walk. Barely any cars out. Really no police. So I was like, you know what? Let's just walk. We'll get the car another day. And till this day, he will never forget that moment, because that was my introduction to him and having one of those nights, and he'll never forget it. It changed his life. It changed his life.
I'm sure he knows now the lesson is
Don't mix it.
don't have too many pixie sticks.
Yeah.
Or you're throwing up pixies.
Don't mix it.
You're throwing up pixies.
Especially don't let me give you a drink with something that you know you don't know what it is.
Oh, I learned that the hard way too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not doing that
Yeah.
anymore. We're all set.
Listen, I'm a man of first, so that was his first experience, not mixing stuff.
But I carry that tradition on to other people as well, so I guess I'm not the one to speak.
You gotta learn.
Yeah.
You gotta learn one way or another.
Well, I'll go overboard, because it's like, all right, like, I see you drinking. Actually, there's one event that I tried to stop. I remember we had some edibles. I had cookies. I just had cookies. We're not going to ask why I had cookies. I just had cookies. And I got to do some homework. And you know, I want to indulge. I'm trying to have fun after, you know, I finish my homework. Everyone else was already good for the night, and I don't know why I put it in their possession, but I put it in their possession of my friends, and I'm just like, hey, do not have this cookie yet. Like, you know, it's strong. We're gonna share it. Blase blase. You know, just give me some time here. It's not gonna take too long. Give me like 20 minutes. I'll be right back. And then 25 minutes. Gotta show up fashionably late. So 25 minutes later, I get there. They're already drunk. Already. In the 25 minutes that they were sober 25 minutes ago, and they're already near blackout drunk. And by the time I get there and they're blackout drunk, or nearing blackout drunk, they decided to digest this cookie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Multiple people, mind you. Probably about 3 or 4 people have ingested this cookie, and they're drunk, and it's bad. And this cookie is strong. So now maybe about 20-30 minutes of their tomfoolery, you know, they're dancing and shit, and you know, I'm just keeping an eye on them to make sure they don't die, because I know the cookie's strong, but I don't know how strong it is. Sometime after, they just start puking.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, it's bad.
Everywhere. Jeez.
Everywhere. Like, I thought they were good, like, you know, because we literally sent them off to bed, like, all right, just lay down, you're gonna be good. I'm headed off to bed, and like 5 minutes after, like, you know, lights out, someone turns on the lights, like, yo, they're all puking. And for some reason, they're all in the same bathroom. And they live in different rooms. So it's like, how did you all end up in the same bathroom on different floors? Like, you started on different floors and you're in the same floor, puking in the same bathroom. Did you all just decide to coordinate where to throw up?
Just call to each other.
All decided to throw up. And now me and my roommate gotta take care of them. And it was bad. But to wrap it up, what would you say the better route is, drinking or smoking?
Well, I would say if you are responsible enough, neither. But if you have no fucks to give, do them both. Do 'em both.
Why not? Why not? Any preference?
Well, I would say for me personally, I do like my rum. Do like my Haitian rum. Shout out to all the Haitians out there. But yes, rum first.
Rum first, thoughts last.
Yes. I have given up my smoking, but if I were to smoke rum, a little small, little blunt, call it a day.
Yeah, I know some potheads are gonna prefer to smoke. Me personally, nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I don't know. I get too paranoid. I can't do it. Especially when you're getting crossfaded, it's like the alcohol gets you up there. In my experience, it gets you up there. It's like, all right, let's get the party started. But when you get the weed mixed in there, I feel like the alcohol in my system tells the weed, all right, let's get the paranoia started. But cranked up to the max. And yeah, I'm gonna prefer alcohol on this one. But yeah, no, definitely experience getting CrossFit at least once. You gotta try it at least once.
You have to do it at least once.
At least once. Is it gonna be fun? Probably not, but it's worth experiencing.
You will learn so much about yourself.
Of course, yeah. You have to learn more about yourself. You gotta learn where your limits are.
That's all. That's what life's all about. You live, you learn.
You learn your limits. You gotta humble yourself.
Being crossfaded will definitely humble yourself.
See your strengths and weaknesses. I heard a beat. I think that means it's time to go.
I think so.
All right,
people, enjoy. We will be back with another show.
Maybe with a guest. We'll see. We shall see.
Spice it up a little bit.
Exactly. Maybe get their experiences.
We're unpredictable, people.
And we'll find more topics.
There it is. Until next time.
Thank you, Phantoms,
We
for
out.
coming to the Bantdom. See you soon.
out.